up, you guys? My name is Luca, and today I'm going to be explaining to you the law of attraction. I've been talking about the law of attraction forever in my videos, and I'm always getting questions about what is the law of attraction because I know a lot of you may not understand it, and I just wanted to explain it to you in my words. I just want to say that if you are genuinely interested in learning about the law of attraction, I would like this video to be more of an introduction to you because there's so many other amazing resources about the law of attraction that can explain it in a way that you'll understand it, because I am definitely not like, I'm just a teenage girl, you know. I'm just sharing you my story and how I use it in my life, and maybe the way that I explain it won't make sense to you, but there's so many other resources. Like, there is a movie on Netflix called The Secret. Definitely recommend it to everyone. There's also so many spiritual YouTubers that I love watching and I watch every single day that truly help me live my life in a better way. And there's also many audiobooks, so much on this topic. And also, I want to say the law of attraction isn't a certain religion, and it's not anything that's supposed to be serious. It's just a way of thinking, and there is some science to back this up. It's not just like mumbo jumbo stuff that someone just made up. Everything in this world is energy. You probably learned this in science class. Everything is made up of atoms that are vibrating. That being said, we are also vibrating as humans, and we can be vibrating at a high level, kind of a mid-range level, or a low level. And how you are vibrating is reflected on how you feel. So if you've ever felt like super happy and everything just feels like aligned in your life, if that makes sense, then that probably means that you're vibrating at a high energy level. And also vice versa, if you're feeling sad, then you're vibrating at a low energy level. So I'm gonna put a picture on the screen that has all of the emotions and related to what energy level they are. And this really helped me understand it. And that was kind of like my aha moment. Like, that's like when I really understood it. It's like, wow, we're all vibrating at some sort of energy level, and the law of attraction has a lot to do with vibration. So I'm gonna use that word a lot. So you're probably asking, Luca, how can I raise my vibration? And that's the whole thing about the law of attraction, is you want to raise your vibration. If I'm vibrating at a high level, I'm going to attract events and circumstances that in my life that are also aligning with that high vibration level. If I'm vibrating at a low level, I'm going to be attracting things that are vibrating with that low energy. So I'm going to just use an example. If you ever hang out with a person, you just feel really happy afterwards. They just make you feel so good about yourself. And there's also some friends where you might hang out with them and you feel almost energy drained. You can't exactly put a finger on it. It's not anything that they said. It's just simply being around them drains you of energy. And a lot of times we're not really conscious of how we feel because we're just moving through life in a autopilot mindset. You have to awaken to how you feel, because once you know how you feel, then you'll be able to put a finger on what's happening on the outside of your world, if that makes sense. So everything that's going on inside is a reflection on events that are happening outside, because like I said before, if you're vibrating at a high energy level, you are bringing more high energy vibrational things that are coming into your life. Do things that make you happy, because when you're following what makes you happy, more of that is going to come because you're vibrating higher. Hang out with people that make you feel good about yourself. And if you maybe don't have friends that make you feel good about yourself, that's okay, but please don't hang out with those types of people anymore, because you deserve that. If you raise your vibration to a energy level, then more high energy people will come into your life. You can't be focusing on, gosh, my friends are so like low energy, God, like they're so crappy. No, you want to be saying thank you for my abundant friends who give me so much light and happiness. So there's a lot of ways that you can use the law of attraction. So if you want to attract things in your life or manifest, it should be a fun thing. It's not something that you should feel like it's work, because it's not. It's honestly so fun. So many ways that you can practice attracting things that are what you want in your life, and there's so many methods. That's why I recommend you watching other videos. So what I do is visualization. So if I'm trying to attract a circumstance, maybe a person in my life, I close my eyes and I visualize it like it is happening at this moment. And when I'm doing that, I make sure I focus on the emotion that comes with it, because it is important to focus on your emotion when doing this. Focus on the senses you're feeling in that moment, like you're actually there. And it's almost like daydreaming, and it's so fun to do. If you are trying to manifest, let's just say better friends in your life, not toxic friends, friends that make you feel good. Then close your eyes and imagine a perfect moment where you're hanging out with people who make you feel good. Focus on the emotion that they bring you and focus on everything. Focus on how the weather is, what's the taste on your tongue, just every single detail you want to bring yourself like you're in that moment. And what that is doing is it's sending a signal into the universe saying that you already have it. And by that, you are vibrating at that same energy level as that event. And that will attract it into your life. I hope that makes sense to you guys. When your focus is on what you don't have, you're sending a signal into the universe that's saying, I don't have this. And what's the universe going to give you? More of that feeling, and it's going to continue giving you what you have. And another thing is like desires. Desire is another thing that focus on in the LOA, law of attraction abbreviation, because it's long. Having a desire for something or a type of person is okay, but if you transform that desire into feeling like you already have it, then that is going to be so much more powerful than focusing on the desire to have it. Because the bad thing about having desire is that you're sending the signal of not having it. So if you want something, then you're clearly thinking that you don't have it, which is going to bring more of the feeling of lack. Thoughts are a vibration too. So if you realize what you're thinking and kind of maybe meditate and just realize the thoughts that are coming across your head, kind of notice, are they negative? And if so, your thoughts are just recycled from the day before, and it's just been continuing to go on and on and on. So it's important to make sure you realize what you're thinking, because what you're thinking also controls your vibration as well. But the thing about thoughts is they don't control you. You don't have to let your thoughts control you. A way my mom explains it to me is if I'm thinking I'm not good enough, or I feel lonely, or whatever, those thoughts, just picture them as clouds moving across the screen, because that is not who you are. You are a immortal spiritual being who is living a temporary human experience, and those thoughts aren't a part of you. Because I know a lot of times we think that our thoughts control us, but in reality they don't. They're just like this monkey that's like trying to get your vibration down. That's how I think of it. I am obsessed with LOA and stuff like that. I have so much I want to say, so I feel like it's just all spurting out at once. So if I sound like a crazy person, I'm truly sorry. Another way to do things, I'm sure you guys have heard of people talking about speaking things into the universe. There's tons of interviews of rappers. I know out of all people, that's kind of the people you would least expect it to come from, but they talk about how when they're writing their songs and how they're talking about how they have so much money. A lot of the times those rappers, at the time they wrote that song, they didn't have a lot of money, but they're speaking it into existence like they did have, you know, cars, a lot of money, and that attracts into their way.
I'll listen to like a song that I did last year and I'll be like, I'm in New York in a Rolls Royce. And then it'll be like 2 years later, I still haven't put the song out, but I'm really in a Rolls Royce in New York.
Another thing is, one rapper said they try to stay away from talking about like being in jail or stuff like that, because sometimes rappers rap about that, and what do you know? They're in jail a couple months later. Crazy how even rappers use the law of attraction by speaking it into existence. So if you're ever alone in the car, you can simply just act as if you have what you want. So if, for example, for me, I really want to live in California or New York one day. I could act as if I were in California, and let's say I'm in the car, I could just be like, pretend like I'm calling up a friend, hey, do you want to come over to my house? I have a super awesome pool, an oceanfront view, and I honestly love life. By saying that and acting as if will raise your vibration. It's kind of like a mind trick, and it's really cool. Another way I incorporate the LOA into my life is on weekends I try to meditate, and that automatically raises my vibration. There's so many guided meditations out there, and I also on school days I listen to a meditation at night to make me fall asleep, and in the morning I feel really good about myself. And in the morning I like to lay my seat all the way back in my car. I don't just do this because I'm tired and don't want to go to school. I usually visualize things I'm trying to attract in those few minutes before I go into school. I just picture it in my mind before I go, and it automatically puts me at that vibration for the rest of the school day. And at the end of the day, it's honestly so much fun to act as if, because you can just come up with so many situations. If you are a big fan of Pinterest like I am, you can create a future board or pictures of what you want your future to look like, and just by scrolling through pictures and adding them to that board is somewhat attracting that into your life as well. And that's honestly using the law of attraction whether you realize it or not. And maybe by printing out some of those pictures and sticking paint it on your mirror so you see it every day. If I see a picture that just looks stunning, before I go to bed, I'll scroll through Pinterest and choose a photo and then visualize it like I'm there in that moment. For a second, you just get to escape reality. Hopefully I explained to you kind of what the law of attraction is. There's so many methods, and in these last couple of moments of the video, I'm going to share some of my stories of things that I've attracted into my life. I kind of discovered the LOA when I was in a point of my life where my thoughts controlled me. It was like all the experiences and everything that happened around me, it was honestly taking control of my emotion, and I was sick of it. I honestly was so moody, and it doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to let your outer circumstances control what's going on in your mind. Again, I discovered the law of attraction, and what I would do is I would take my journal out and I would lay outside and I would get a notebook and I would write down things that I wanted, but again, I didn't want them. I already had them, but I really didn't. So I'd write down things in my notebook like, I am so grateful for having friends who love and support me. I am so grateful for having a chance to travel the world for free. And as I started to write that, I became so much more happy. I did that every single night, not because it was a task, but because I wanted to. I started that maybe December of last year. I attracted so many people into my life. It's crazy. It was actually like to the point where I would cry about how many things that I had actually been attracting. About like March, maybe like towards the beginning of summer, I've been seeing all these girls go on Dote trips, and I kind of felt like left out. I wanted to be a part of the Dote squad, you know? I wanted to be a Dote girl. When you see all these girls on social media having fun, it's like you feel this lack, like you're kind of missing out on something. What I did is I was like, Luca, you already have this. And I started imagining those events, because you know there's vlogs everywhere of like the Dote experience, so I'd imagine those vlogs but in my eyes. And what do you know, I attracted Maui with Dote. Well, I like to think I attracted it. I don't think it's just a coincidence. I was actually the last girl to be put on the list for Maui at the end of summer. Life did not feel real at that point. I had been writing in my journal. I wrote like a little law of attraction journal saying how I attracted this exact moment, and it was crazy because I was sitting on the plane literally crying because it was, there's people like experiences on the internet where people have attracted their dream house without even knowing, and it's actually insane. I'm still using the law of attraction today, and I can't wait to see some of my manifestations come to reality, and hopefully I can share them with you guys. I've just been continuing to use the techniques. I've been having a lot of fun with it, so I hope you guys learned something, and so many resources. Please use them. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below on something that you would like to attract into your life. But instead of saying that you want to attract it, say I'm so grateful for blank, and that way we can just spread positivity and attract things in the comments down below. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.
You know that I was never that good.